Today we're gonna have a look at some exciting Max for Live devices by Raul Tisse. It's a new pack that is called Neo Pedals and it recently came out. If you don't know Raul, he does some really exciting Max for Live stuff. I personally have experience with his amp simulation, which I got a few months ago and use ever since on every guitar track. So I really recommend checking his stuff out. And Raul asked me if I want to try out this new pack, and it's designed for experimental guitar sounds. And yeah, since I love experimental stuff, I could not resist and tried it out, and in fact made a whole new song with it, which is called Remedies. So I want to take the chance to show you how these pedals sound and how I use them on my new song. And to be completely transparent, I got this pack for free. However, I'm not legally obligated to make this video. Raul just asked me if I want to try it out, and since I really like the stuff, I think it's worth promoting it, and I'm always happy to support another small creator. And if you're interested in this pack, Raul was nice enough to provide a discount code. I put it somewhere in the video, so feel free to check that out. So you probably never heard of Neo Pedals before, so let's have a quick look what to expect in this pack. It's 4 different devices: Steam Preamp, Moonchild, Crystal Garden and Grain Axe, and they're designed to be edgy and experimental guitar effects for Ableton. We have Crystal Garden, which is a glassy reverb with shimmer, tone control and pitch shift shaping. Reminds me personally a little bit of a more basic version of the old Blood Noise Endeavor's Darkstar. Then we have Moonchild, which is a reverse delay with octave, really lovely. The design of the pedal reminds me a little bit of this old Blood Noise Endeavor's reverse pedal, to be honest. Then we have Steam Preamp, which is a preamp, the drive saturation and tone device, really useful to shape tones. And Grain Axe, which is a granular texture guitar effect. You can really make some weird sounds with it. It reminds me a little bit of the Chase Bliss Mood pedal. Okay, let's check out how these pedals sound like and how I use them in my song. Let's first have a little listen into the song that you know what we're dealing with. So it's a really chill, moody, lo-fi guitar hip-hop song with some ambient textures. And I want to first start with the Steam Preamp that I used on this rhythm guitar track. And you really can shape the tones with it nicely. So let's solo the rhythm guitar track and see how it sounds like in solo. And if I do the Steam Preamp away, you really see what it does. So let's play it with that. Really pushes the signal back and adds some nice little compression and saturation. So it really is a good tool to shape guitar tones and to make it sit nice in the mix. I mean, I also have some really drastic EQ on here in this case. But even without, you hear how drastic of an effect it has, and it's really good to shape guitar tones. And I used it, I think, on pretty much all of the guitar tracks in this project, and I really like the simplicity of it because it makes it really easy to dial in and shape tones. So you have a tone control, you have this rust control, which is, I guess, the drive amount, and you have a level control, and that's all you need, honestly. I will just let the guitar play through and you'll see how much I can do with just the 3 controls to shape the tone. compresses the signal a little bit and adds saturation and some drive if you want. And yeah, it's really good to make the guitar sit in the mix. Let's have a look at the other effects. I used Moonchild and Grain X, for example, on the intro. Let's have a quick listen to that. So that adds some really nice texture, and I have just one track pan to the left and one to the right. So let's hear that in isolation, how it sounds like. We have Moonchild on the right, and that's the reverse delay. So Moonchild has 4 different controls. In the top middle we have the feedback knob, then on the right we have the dry wet knob, then below that the low octave knob, and on the left side the time knob. And you can get some really crazy, beautiful textures out of this one plugin. It's really amazing. By the way, if you hear a few random glitches, they are maybe not from the pedal, but rather from my CPU that is a bit overloaded because of this project and recording several things at the same time, so keep that in mind. Okay, moving on to Grain X, which is a granular delay, and also a really weird pedal, but it's great for creating ambient textures. And with Grain X we also have 4 knobs, a dry wet knob, a time knob in hertz, a stereo width knob, and a grains knob. Let's check out how it sounds like in this middle part. On its own, it maybe sounds a little bit weird and random, but in context of the song, I think it really fits beautifully. And lastly we have Crystal Garden, which is a shimmer reverb. Crystal Garden we have 3 controls. On the top you see the reverb decay, in the middle low pass cut, and on the bottom the pitch shape. And admittedly I'm not the biggest fan of shimmer reverbs. I think they can get a bit obnoxious quite fast. But this one is quite usable and I still managed to get some decent sounds out of it that I liked, even though I'm not the biggest shimmer reverb guy. So I used it on the outro for some chords that are quite in the background, just for extra ambience. They sound like this. It's almost like a synth pad. To get the sound, I turned down the dry signal completely with this control on the left and turned up the effects level quite a lot. So we just have basically the wet signal. And that's one way how I like to use it. But let's listen to it with some different settings that you get an idea what is possible with this pedal. Let's increase maybe the dry signal. It's actually quite a nice sound. Maybe I should have used it like that on the song. Yeah, so I used it for that outro. Also in the middle part I did some reversed chords that I ran through it. Works really nice for stuff like that. And as I said, I used the Neo pedals on most of the tracks of this project. For example, I got here some arpeggiated triads, really Frusciante style arpeggios, I guess. And I had Steam preamp on it as well as a grain X. Worked really nice, I think. Then I had here this lead sound where I used a send and return track. I sent the track, I think in the outro, I sent it into an instance of GrainX. Let's check that. Did I do it in the outro? I think I did it in the outro, right? Oh yeah, in the outro, yeah. Where I blended in GrainX slowly. That's just the GrainX. Just a bit of extra texture and weirdness. Let's see, where else did I use it? Yeah, so the Steam preamp is on most tracks active. Really handy tool, really like that. Yeah. And also I used, I think, Moonchild on this piano. Add some really nice bounce to it, I think. The context of the song, it sounds like this. Nice how the reverse delay slides in there. So of course the effects are not only limited to guitar. I like to get experimental and throw any effect on anything, really. I mean, that's the fun about music production, that you can really get creative and experimental. And yeah, these pedals are perfect for that, I think. So all the glitchy and weird and textural sounds that you hear on this record is made by these 4 devices, and I think that really speaks for them. Raul did a really great job on them, so thanks Raul again for sending me those devices. I think they're really an invitation to just get creative and create some experimental stuff, so I love it. And yeah, if you want to check them out, the link is in the description. And there you have it, the song Remedies is out now everywhere. You can stream it, I put all the links in the description. And also check out Raul's stuff. He's a really talented and nice guy and does some amazing Max for Live stuff. So if you're an Ableton user and guitarist, this is really the place to be. I highly recommend that. So yeah, that being said, thanks for watching and bye, see you in the next one.